Hello, welcome to Vietnam Journal, our daily English news bulletin on NETVIET VTC10. I'm Just speaking from Hanoi. Every day we'll bring you comprehensive and up-to-date information on Vietnam. And following major stories on Wednesday. Indonesia to invest in Vietnamese food. Belgian investment in Vietnam's aim for green development. And we'll explore Chương Pagoda, a beautiful relic site in northern Vietnam. Indonesian Minister of Agriculture, as well known, recently said the Indonesian government plans to invest in Vietnam's food sector. He added that Indonesia is ready to cooperate with Vietnam in researching and developing some hybrid rice varieties.
Saswano said Vietnam has great potential and rich experience in agriculture, highlighting its position among top world rice exporters. The minister expressed his admiration toward Vietnam in harvesting as many as 3 abundant crops from a total area of 4.3 million hectares per year, producing 10 million tons of rice annually. Meanwhile, Indonesia, with total cultivation area of 8 million hectares, only harvests 2 crops per year with an average yield of 5.1 tons per hectare. The country also has to import more than 1 million tons of rice every year. The Indonesian minister hopes that through cooperation with Vietnam in developing new rice varieties, Indonesia can increase its rice output to 9 to 10 tons per hectare per year, fulfilling the country's target of ensuring domestic food security and exporting 10 million tons of rice annually by 2015. Indonesia also cooperates with Cambodia and Myanmar in the area of food.
Hanoi Statistics Office has licensed 39 foreign direct investment or FDI projects with a total registered capital of nearly $120 million in the fourth quarter. These figures represent 2% rise in the number of projects and 6-fold increase in value compared to the same period of last year.
Assessing the situation of foreign investment of the city, Hanoi Statistical Office holds the view that the sharp increase in FDI capital in Hanoi is a positive sign in the context of current economic downturn. It also reflects the capital city's initial success in supporting the business community, streamlining producers, providing information for businesses, and accelerating the land clearance process. During the same time, its total social investment capital reached over 35,000 billion Vietnam dong, up 10.5% from a year ago.
And following some other economic news in brief.
CPI of Hanoi witnessed an increase of 0.19% this March. Meanwhile, the figure of Ho Chi Minh City rose up 0.12% on the month. CPI in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City's accommodation, water, electricity, fuel, and construction materials rose by 2.51% and 2.84% respectively.
Recently, Dai Dong Tien Corporation, a Vietnamese plastic producer, officially signed a strategic cooperation agreement with partners for distributing products in Myanmar. Accordingly, Dai Dong Tien Corporation would push up the export volume to over 10% of annual production output and expand the market to other countries in the region. The Vietnamese plastic company has produced over 300 kinds of products under trademarks of household, Sina, Nice, which are exported to countries such as Laos, Australia, European Union and Middle East.
The 22nd Vietnam International Trade Fair will be held in Hanoi from April the 4th to 7 on the theme of Vietnam cooperation and development. Along with the participation of local businesses, Vietnam Expo 2020 is expected to attract companies from more than 20 countries and territories on display of agricultural products, machinery and equipment, building materials. Seminars on trade and export promotion will be held to offer the chance for local and foreign businesses to share experience and establish partnerships.
Belgium and Vietnam has been boasting cooperation in many sectors. One of the examples for the cooperation is the Vu Industrial Zone, invested by Belgium in Vietnam's northern port city of Hải Phòng. In response to the requirement of sustainable development, The zone has recently been equipped with a new wastewater treatment plant, which is also a commitment of further investment.
The management of the zone has built a common wastewater treatment plant and a sewage collection system. The facilities are aimed to ensure that all companies operating the zone comply with Vietnam's new law in environment protection and sustainable development. One of the highlights of the new wastewater treatment plant is a combination of chemical and biological treatment. As a result, the effluent after being treated meets Vietnamese environmental standards. It means that the liquid can be discharged into the river without any further treatment.
This is a service we provide for our customers so they can keep on producing and still being 100% compliant with all Vietnamese laws and legislation. As Dinh Vu, we do have the commitment that we will follow up on the legislation so that we can always, for the future, improve and expand our system so that we always meet the Vietnam laws and regulation for environment and sustainable development.
Thanks to the improvement in infrastructure, especially with a focus on environment protection, Dinh Vu Industrial Zone has made a great leap in investment attraction. Notably, Bridgestone, a leading tire manufacturer in the world, recently decided to open its first Vietnamese factory in the zone. The factory has registered capital of nearly $575 million, accounting for more than one-third of the total investment poured into Dinh Vu.
Electrical system and wastewater treatment system.
There are two reasons why we decided to invest in Dinh Vu Industrial Zone. First of all, infrastructure here has been fully developed. Electricity, water supply and wastewater treatment system can run at high capacity to satisfy all of our requirements. Besides, the zone is located near a seaport, which means that we can operate our production easily. The success of Dinh Vu Industrial Zone project lays a solid foundation for the development of Dinh Vu Cát Hải Economic Zone and creates a new phase for the southeast area of Hải Phòng. Belgian investors and their sustainable development strategy play a crucial role in the development.
Macroeconomy, foreign investment, business, society and culture, arts, education, tourism. Vietnam Journal. It's not just news, it's life in Vietnam.
Welcome back to our news bulletin. More than $16 million were granted by international NGOs for Vietnam's southern province of Dong Nai between 2006 and 2011. This information was released at a meeting to review the support of NGOs in Dong Nai's province on Monday.
Projects and programs launched by international NGOs in Vietnam mainly focus on social welfare, charity activities including building schools, houses, granting scholarships and healthcare. For instance, the Dory Foundation has implemented saving and credit programs, scholarships and built schools for students of the Tan Phu mountainous area. The HIV/AIDS program of the World Bank has provided healthcare for HIV/AIDS patients and helped to reduce the HIV/AIDS infection risk in the community. In the future, Dong Nai province will continue calling for NGO support in 8 main fields of social security, welfare and education.
Ichikai Mini, one of the promising young writers from Japan, joined a workshop at the Japan Center of Cultural Exchange in Vietnam on Tuesday. At the event, she gave speeches on Japanese contemporary literature and poetry.
Hachikai Mimi was born in 1984. She graduated with a degree in Asian Japanese literature at Waseda University. Mimi has been actively creating many kinds of works, poems or the scripts for comic books, for instance. In her lecture, Mimi talked about the similarities in contemporary literature and wordplay of the Vietnamese and the Japanese. After this trip, she will go to Hue and Ho Chi Minh City.
Leading Malaysian painter Yusof Kani will showcase his latest works in work exhibition titled The Destination One at the Vietnam's National Museum of Fine Arts in Hanoi from March 24th. This is the first time he has participated in an exhibition in Vietnam.
Gani's transition to fine arts started when he received a grant to study in Virginia, US in 1979. He had had successful exhibitions in Malaysia, Singapore and Indonesia. The exhibition, The Destination First, will display Vietnamese painters' works including Nguyen Thanh, Vu Hoa and Ngo Hai Yến. Their works are oil paintings which reflect many social problems in Vietnam today, from violent games to various aspects of the inner life of a human.
Chương Pagoda has been described by many people as the most beautiful pagoda in Hưng Yên province in northern Vietnam. It is one of the chain of controlled religious heritage sites that still exists in the province. In the past, Hưng Yên was named for Hiến and famous as the second biggest cities of Vietnam only after the capital city.
Chương Pagoda is located in Nhân Dục village, Hiến Nam commune, Hưng Yên province. It was built in the Lê dynasty and was restored in 1707. The name of this pagoda in Sino-Vietnamese is Kim Trung Tự, of which Kim means gold, Trung means bells, and Tự means pagoda. So Kim Trung Tự literally means the pagoda of the golden bell. This name came from an old mythology about the pagoda and this land.
Theo tương truyền các cụ nói ngày xưa rất xa xưa, chùa được xây dựng trên một cái gò đất rất cao. Quanh của làng đây gọi là làng Nhân Dục có 99 cái đống, và cái đống xây dựng chùa là rộng nhất và cao nhất. Bên cạnh là bờ biển. Các cụ nói ngày xưa rất xa xưa có trận đại hồng thủy rất lớn. Trên trận đại hồng thủy đó có bè gỗ có quả chương hoàn toàn bằng thật. Đặt trên bè gỗ và trôi từ miền ngược trở về rất nhiều địa phương ra dìu nhưng không đâu dìu nổi. Khi về ngang bè gỗ và quả chương đó, về ngang địa phương chùa nhà mình ra, thì quả chương và bè gỗ nững nở trên dòng nước và không muốn trôi nữa. Thế nhân sư tổ thời bấy giờ và nhân dân ra làm lễ và rước được quả chương đó về chùa đây thờ.
Chương Pagoda has a very unique layout and architecture. The pagoda has well proportioned and harmonious layout. Before entering the pagoda, people going on a pilgrimage have to step over the three-door temple gate. The main gate in the middle, which is the highest and largest one, is closed all the year, except some occasions like the 1st and the 15th days of lunar months and Tet holidays. The two other gates are opened frequently for pilgrims. After the gates are the three spans of the green stone bridge crossing the rectangular pond.
Thế qua cầu đá, qua tam quan chúng ta đi đến cầu đá. Cầu đá ở dưới là có cái hồ Thông Thủy, hay còn gọi là hồ Liên Trì, hay còn gọi là hồ Thất Bảo, hay còn gọi là cái hồ Bát Nhã. Chúng ta đi qua trên cầu đá này, tất cả những cái gì là cái phiền muộn của thế gian ấy, chúng ta bị trút bỏ lại hết.
After the bridge is the path leading to the front anteroom house. The front anteroom house has 5 compartments and 2 lintels with lotus engraved joints in wooden architecture, linking with the premier sanctum through a passage. The premier sanctum also has 5 compartments and 2 lintels with a system of statues arranged unusually variously, along with profound meanings of each line of statues and each individual statue. Nowadays, Chương Pagoda still preserved some architectural articles and displayed items with high value. The pagoda has become one of the most attractive tourism destinations in the province for both domestic and foreign visitors.
The story about the ancient pagoda has wrapped up our news bulletin for today. For comments and feedback, please send an email to netviet@gmail.com. Thank you for watching and we'll see you tomorrow.